Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Joey Galvez, one half of your host of Explain Yourself, and I want to let you guys know about a really cool book from our friend of the show, Eli Shockey. This one is called The Greylock, and it's a story where magic is a commodity. Potions are sold at corner stores. Orcs and dwarves earn a living in cubicles, not on the battlefields. But there are those who resist the house's magic's laws. Branded a criminal and forced to live as a wand for hire, there is a spell slinger they call the Greylock. Check this one out. You guys can pre-order issue 3 right now with code JAN241939, and make sure you guys are heading over to your favorite LCS and letting them know that you want Greylock number 3, and maybe pick up the first 2 issues. You could do that at the Scout web store. So make sure you guys are grabbing the Greylock number 3, JAN241939 at previewsworld.com.
In honor of Star Wars Day, May the 4th, we decided to re-release this episode we recorded with our late friend Jamal Wallace Knight about the original trilogy. Check it out. I hope you enjoy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2 podcast. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me as always is my co-host, the effervescent
Matthew Skywalker.
Matthew Haas.
Okay.
Of the House of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And joining us today is our return guest, our good friend, and Sith Lord. No, wait.
No.
Master Jedi, Jamal Wallace Knight.
From the House of Finn.
The House of Finn. I think that's racist. I'm joking. Anyways, so how is everybody today?
Good.
Doing good, real good.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the original Star Wars Trilogy. That started with 1977's Episode 4, which has been retitled A New Hope since then. So let's start out and talk about that one. What are your thoughts, Jamal, on A New Hope?
Okay. Well, for starters, as you said, it came out in 1977. At that time, I was negative 7 years old at the time. First time I saw A New Hope was in 1992. That was the first time I saw it. At the time, I was still, a kid. I was blown away. Now that I'm older, my thought about Episode 4, I still kind of question to this day, like, why did they always start off with the whole series at Episode 4?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's always been a question of mine. I like the movie. I do. It actually, now that we're all older now, it finally makes sense as to all the other episodes of the series. So, yeah, that was it.
Well, I think the reason that they started with Episode 4 is because it was based on the serials that would play at movie theaters, like a movie serial like Flash Gordon's and things of that nature, and those would each have a different episode, and he kind of wanted to just be like, you're just joining mid-story in a way, or in mid-story in this universe, even though it is a complete story,
Yeah, I mean, one thing that it did do a great thing is it did break barriers as far as with movies, and because now you see movies that kind of like start off either in the middle or at the end and then rewind itself to the beginning. So.
Yeah. I mean, I when I was in college, I was not inspired by this, but I just randomly decided to make a movie called The Chronicles of Love and Life, Volume 2, Elizabeth, which I am remaking shortly, and I'm not calling it that. I'm calling it Goodnight Elizabeth. Anyways, but yeah, the idea is kind of cool. So, what is your thoughts, Matthew?
I liked the movie. That's
That's all you have
That's
to
all
say?
I have to say about it. No. But
That was deep, man.
Well, going after what you were saying, too, about, at first, he just was planning on making one movie. At some points, he said he always wanted to be 9 movies. I don't believe that. But, so it was just Star Wars when it just came out. The first, when you saw it in the movies, it just said Star Wars. It didn't say episode 4 or whatever. And then, when he got the idea to make, because I think at that time he had maybe already had the idea of making the prequels, like even way before he actually started making them in like 1999 or whatever. So at that point he's like, well, this is episodes 4 through 6 then, because then we're going to tell the story of how Anakin kind of became Darth Vader, and then that's how episode 1 through 3 came about, like 17 years later or whatever. So I think that's personally why it started saying like episode 4 and 5 and 6, stuff like that.
Yes.
That's just my own personal theory, but
That's your own personal theory?
I'm not. Don't call up George Lucas and ask, Matt Skywalker
Well,
said.
surprise everybody. On the phone right now is no one. Anyways,
But,
definitely not George Lucas.
But I liked it. I mean, just like I was saying before, like when we were watching it, like I got like teary eyed, like just like seeing Princess Leia when she inserts that card into R2D2 and it says, "Obi-Wan, you're my only hope." I could still like that scene, just that beginning of the movie, because that's what sets up the whole series. Is the the ship is under attack by the stormtroopers. Princess Leia's got to send out this just last message, just hoping against hope that someone will find it. And then she gets, taken as a prisoner by her father, which she doesn't even know is her father.
Yes.
And I don't think he knew that she was his daughter at that time either. So.
And I don't think George Lucas knew either.
Nope, I don't think.
I'm not trying
See,
to.
sometimes retconning is okay. Sometimes retcons work. It's not always a bad thing.
See, that's a problem I have with a lot of retconning. It's like, okay, the coolest retcon is, no, I am your father.
Mm-hmm.
When Vader says that. But then everybody in Hollywood, and especially in the Star Wars universe, is like, oh, that worked, so let's make everybody related to everybody.
Whatever do you mean?
Nothing. We'll talk about that later. But I'm just even talking, not even just in Star Wars. Like, it happens in TV shows, and, I mean, it's always happened, though. It's a soap opera trope.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not like something that Lucas created himself. I mean, because you'll have that on a soap opera where like the bad guy, the hero of the soap opera or whatever, the good doctor or whatever, or the good lawyer of the town, the good mayor or whatever the fuck, finds out that the evil mobster is his dad, and he's like, oh no, right. Something like that.
Or he's got a twin brother who kills him and then takes over.
Yeah.
And then,
well, you think about it, just like you said actually yourself, like a soap opera, and that is one way of looking at Star Wars.
Well, it's a space opera.
It's a space opera, basically.
Yeah.
So
instead of selling soap, you're selling space, right?
Yeah, well,
is that what it is?
Exactly.
And because that's why soap operas are called soap operas.
Yeah,
because you were selling soap.
And the Empire was like the Space Force. So yeah.
Right. Yes. Yep. Good old Space Force.
Yes. I'm joining. I don't know about you.
Joining the Academy?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Because I'm tired of working on these moisture farms and wait. So yeah, I mean, my feeling is I think it's one of the most revolutionary and probably the most influential film in cinema history, after Citizen Kane, maybe, or maybe equal with it. especially anything that came after 1977 in the science fiction genre or the action genre or anything, was very much influenced by this film. That's my initial thoughts on it. And I mean, the special effects are just amazing in it. Not the new edited special edition special effects necessarily. Some of them are good, but, I don't know. I don't like a lot of the added bullshit. Or Wampa shit or something, whatever you want to call it. Anyways,
well, and that's the thing. Star Wars Episode 4 was also breaking barriers, because you're talking about the inception of industrial light magic, at the time. So that was also a really big breakthrough for not just Star Wars, but in the movie industry.
Yes.
So that's that movie alone raised the bar, and that's something to definitely think about.
And I mean, the casting is perfect for the main characters too. I mean, if you look, I mean, Mark Hamill is just perfect as the naive, young, I want to be a
farmer, basically.
Yeah.
He's a farmer.
He's a farm boy, yeah. And I mean, he's great. And then, of course, Harrison Ford is just perfect in every way.
Do you think, and this is a rhetorical, kind of a rhetorical question, do you think Tom Selleck is probably wondering, what the hell was I thinking?
Well, Tom Selleck wasn't really necessarily up for this. He was up for Indiana Jones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was actually the original choice to be Indiana Jones.
Oh.
And had a contract issue with Magnum PI. The show was supposed to have been canceled, but then last minute, they renewed it for another season.
And so he had no choice but to walk away.
Wow. At least that's what I believe the story is. But yeah, I don't know if he even auditioned for this. There was talks that he might have been up for it or offered it, but I don't know. I know a lot of other people, like Bruce Boxleiter and I can't remember. It's like some other people auditioned for the role.
I mean, he's on season 37 of Blue Bloods right now, so I think he's okay.
He's doing all right.
He's doing all right,
and he's still a good actor. He's good.
He's not hurting. No, I know he's not. I mean,
and he's a really good guy, from what I hear too. So
I've heard.
I heard he's really nice. Yeah.
Because I'm Facebook friends with Gregory Jabara. If you're listening, Greg, I don't know if you would be. Anyways, probably not. But Gregory Jabara, who's his co-star on Blue Bloods, says he's one of the nicest guys in the world, and he would do anything for anybody. So
wow.
That's cool. Yeah, but I mean, and then of course we have Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, who is interesting. I mean, my only critique in here is it's just funny because she sometimes has a British accent in the first movie.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. The part where she goes, "I recognize your foul stench when I was brought on board." Is that part?
Yeah, and it turned out later on in an interview, she was saying that she was so in awe of what's his name? Played Tarkin.
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing. Yeah, I just blanked on his name. I should know that. Anyways, she was so in awe of him that she basically started mimicking his voice.
Oh wow!
In nervousness, and that's why she had a British accent there.
I wonder how you took that.
I don't know. But that's kind of cool. And then you have Sir Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is the epitome of your old wizard guy. He's your proto Gandalf. He's your
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, in movies that is, because Lord of the Rings was written before. Anyway, but we're not going to...
I think they know that.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to think our audience is smart, but I don't know. Why am I whispering?
Don't insult
I have
them.
no idea why you're whispering right now.
No, I'm just saying I'd like to think they are, and I believe they are.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying sometimes I like to just share obvious facts like, hi, my name's Mike.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, we're talking about Star Wars, even though it's written in the freaking description of the episode.
Right.
But which I don't think anybody just stumbled on accidentally.
You never know. Maybe they're bored one night. Who knows? It's
When on autoplay, could happen.
Yeah, I guess it could happen.
Sometimes it happens.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but Obi-Wan Kenobi is, or Old Ben Kenobi,
Yeah.
is a hermit with lots of mystery.
Yeah, he lives by himself, way far from everyone else.
He's a bachelor. No
They
big
kind
deal.
of look after Luke, basically, from afar, kind of.
So he's a stalker.
No, he's more of like a guardian. He's a guardian, which is what he was. I mean, that was actually his actual title as a Jedi. He was a guardian Jedi because he had the blue lightsaber, and that's what that stands for. I'm kind of getting into weird Star Wars theory.
Oh, that's fine.
But-
That's good.
We are talking
But
about Star
that's what the blue.
Wars, so-
That's what the blue sabers kind of mean. The guardian. So he was
So,
the guardian
so
of
right
Luke.
now, Jamal's talking with a microphone with a blue
Ooh.
top to it. So is he a guardian?
Yeah, but I got the red one. I don't want to be a Sith.
I'm sorry.
You
Damn
don't
it.
have one?
I got the yellow one.
Yeah, but, well,
That's what. That's,
mum is the word.
Yeah.
I don't give that away, right?
yeah, yellow is
Interesting color.
yes. So what was your favorite scene in A New Hope, Jamal?
Ooh. Only one scene?
Only. I mean, what?
Okay. Well, I have several, but I will narrow it down to one for respective airtime.
Thank you.
The part I like was when Grandma's talking and Darth Vader, when they were all having a meeting, and Vader started choking him, and he said, "I find your lack of faith disturbing."
I love that. Yeah.
What is your favorite scene,
Okay.
Matthew?
Matthew Skywalker.
Matthew.
Can't be the
Huss?
same as mine.
He's gonna call me by my real name because he likes to bring me back down to reality.
Well, Jamal
I
is
tend to jump.
Jamal is Jamal Wallace Jedi Knight.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, so my favorite scene is it's not even like significant in the movie. It's just one of my favorite lines ever in any movie. I don't know what it is. It gets emotionally gets to me because like C-3PO is like kind of like a human being. Like he's got emotions and stuff. And it's right after they escape or they crash the ship and they're on the desert. And C-3PO says, I think we were just made to suffer. It's our lot in life. And like, for some reason, that line is so sad. Hearing like a nice little robot say that with his little friend wheeling about in the sand, it's like so cute, but at the same time, it's so like depressing. But it's like a good kind. It's sad is what it is. It's not depressing. It's sad because it's a sadness that kind of allows for emotions to come out, whereas depression's more of an inward thing. So it's more of like a cathartic kind of. I don't know what I'm saying.
It was like a form of clinical depression.
But
so
I
to speak.
but I like that scene a lot.
I like that. I like I think my favorite part in the first film is actually when Luke rescues Leia, and she criticizes him for being a little short for a stormtrooper.
Right.
And then I like when he takes off his helmet. It's like, my name is Luke Skywalker, and I'm here to rescue you. It's like so optimistic and
Right. He's like such a boy in
Yeah,
this movie. He's
I
like
know.
18 or 17 or whatever.
he like ages so much from this movie to the next movie, even though it was only a couple of years. But
Right.
it's like
Well, that's what happens when you live on a ice planet. You're
Yeah.
cold and bitter, and
It does happen, and they may age differently in a galaxy far, far away.
right,
yes, they do.
Or a long time ago.
right.
So is anything else you want to say about the first film?
No, that's it. No, it's just good. In general, it's one of my favorite. I mean, Empire is probably my favorite of the first trilogy, but
Yeah.
I just like the introduction of Lord Vader. If you notice, he kind of is sarcastic in A New Hope. He's kind of got he actually sounds kind of like Anakin Skywalker in the prequel trilogy. He's kind of got this sort of sarcasm, which is, interesting because, it's Darth Vader. He's supposed to be like this really, fearsome dude. And yet he kind of cracks wise a little bit here and there. And I noticed throughout the series, he kind of gets more and more serious. But like in A New Hope, he's kind of like almost does pranks on people, like chokeholds that guy. Like that guy clearly understands that the Force is real. I don't know why he would make fun of it, but
I'm not an expert, Matt, but I don't think someone who's choking you and you're grasping for air is a prank. Just throwing that out.
it's his version of a prank, because he's so dark that to him that's a joke, Okay.
So-
I almost killed you. It was funny.
I shouldn't choke my friends.
No, you should not.
Damn it, my plans for later have changed.
Well, you know.
Wait.
Well, don't worry. There's always Facebook.
And plus, too, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Obviously the fighting scene when Luke blows up the Death Star, that's a really good scene. I love that scene. It's like 10 minutes long or something like that. Way better than the pod race and the Phantom Menace, in my opinion. But you know, they all have their place, I guess. But
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The only issue I have with that scene with Death Star blowing up. Now, the 1977 version and the version I saw growing up, I'm okay with that. But in the special edition of A New Hope, when the Death Star blew up, the shockwave goes lateral. How the hell did that happen? Like, you're in space. Like, how did it just make a big ring lateral like that? Like,
Well, we're also hearing it's in a different galaxy, so maybe it's different there.
I mean,
Right.
that's like if I jumped out of a window and I go up.
Right.
That's,
Right, exactly. Yeah, I didn't even notice that, but
Gravity's different there, I guess.
I
or something.
suppose, you know. Must be the south side of the galaxy. I guess.
maybe they were just meant to show like how powerful the blast was. But still, I would think it would go outward, not up.
Well,
yeah.
Also, you can hear the like lasers firing and stuff in space, and you really can't in real space.
Right.
Right, because there's no sound. Because if there was sound, we could breathe. You know.
So obviously, that space though too is that you can't breathe in it because you need to be covered. So that's that aspect of space apparently is parallel to our galaxy, but not the sound part. You get to hear sound in that space, so that's cool, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's it's like you get an extra little,
So it's favoritism. So they just put sound.
Yeah,
and-
I don't know. I don't think they were thinking that far ahead. I think
Some interesting facts here about the movie. Just some random trivia. David Prowse and James Earl Jones, who play the body and the voice of Darth Vader, have never met.
Really.
Yes. And I just find that really interesting.
Wow.
David Prowse, of course, being the man who trained Christopher Reeves, to play Superman.
Yes.
He trained him into bodybuilding, and because he was a bodybuilder, he was a really, really big guy. He was like a. That's why when you see him, like he actually in one of those scenes when he actually picked someone up, he actually just picked up the dude himself.
Yeah.
Or was that the Return of the Jedi? I think it was.
I think something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was-
During the trash compactor scene, Mark Hamill held his breath so long that he popped a blood vessel in his face.
Oh.
And so they had to shoot all the rest of his scenes from the one side of his face.
Wow.
To hide it.
That would make a lot of sense on those scenes now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to Mark Hamill, studio executives were unhappy that Chewbacca had no clothes and attempted to have the costume redesigned with shorts.
Oh my god.
How do you put shorts on all that fur?
I don't know. Why would you want to wear shorts if you're all furry?
Right.
It's like I never get it when people put clothes on their dogs.
Well,
I mean, it's cute, yeah, but your dog doesn't really fucking need it. Your dog doesn't need a coat.
He does though.
No, he doesn't. Damn it! I don't care what you say, Matthew. Your dog does not need a coat. I'm going to argue this till I die.
A leather jacket, type of.
well,
So
there's
you're putting cow skin on top of your dog's skin.
I didn't say it was.
I think
cowskin.
what happened
It said
is
leather.
Well, pleather.
Well,
Oh,
to be
flatter.
fair, they would overheat because if they did wear the sweater or wear a coat, the dog would overheat. So he would be a hot dog.
Yeah, he would. Yes, he would.
That was a wiener, man.
And my dog is female, so I'm not sure why I keep saying he. I don't know.
Let's take a break, guys.
Sure.
We'll come back and we're going to talk about the second episode in this trilogy, The Empire Strikes Back. We'll be back as well. Hi, folks. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Manager Matthew Haas.
You got promoted?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, anyways, folks, do you like the show Superstore?
I don't know. I asked the folks and nobody's answering me.
Because they're not here.
Oh,
but we love
damn it. Yeah, we love it, though. Okay, folks, if you like it as much as we do, you're really going to like the Super Story podcast, which is a podcast where Matthew and I go episode by episode and give our little opinions and thoughts on it. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And, so if you like this podcast and like our little crazy banter,
then you should definitely check this out. Or I might get sad. And when I get sad, it gets pretty sad.
yeah,
So
I can't deal with him when he's sad.
no one can really. So
Yeah. So check out Super Story Podcast right here where you get this podcast, Super Story Podcast.
A respectable minister takes charge and leads head on.
Minister Dobble Trike may be the foremost politician of textiles.
As a minister, I have the utmost sensitivity to these situations, and if anyone's sensibilities were harmed, I would have sensed it.
But his petty ambitions will almost certainly lead us to unknown danger.
How dare you, sir! Unknown danger has its potential for profit. It's exotic.
You can hear Minister Trike and his antics in the radio comedy Magus Elgar.
Visit MagusElgar.com to download your copy today.
All Too Real 2 strikes back!
whoa.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Okay, anyways, hopefully John Williams doesn't sue us. Anyways, let's
Love that score.
Yes,
Okay,
me too.
We do not own the rights to the song. There you go. So you're now saved.
I don't know if that's how it works.
It is. It's as long as we say
says on
that
Whoops
we're
on
committing
Facebook.
the crime, that we're not actually committing the crime.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, I'm robbing a bank right now. Well, since I said it, I'm not actually doing that.
Or I don't own the rights to this money, you know? You
right,
rob the bank.
right. I don't know. I'm only doing this for public, whatever.
It's
Entertainment.
I'm critiquing the money that I'm stealing.
By spending it at
Yeah.
different locations. This service works. Yes.
Yes, money is good. It spends at the carryout down the street.
About my Swiss cake rolls and Pop Tarts and
because that's what you do when you rob a bank.
if you really want those Swiss cake
And the slushy. Don't ever
Oh,
forget the
God.
slushy.
oh
Hey,
god,
guys, I think we get back on topic.
the orange.
Nah, it's okay.
The orange slush. Oh man, the orange slushy is the best. Orange. Green is it's all right.
Anyway, that's, Empire
So
Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
They eat treats in Empire or Star Wars.
Episode 5. The sequel to the original Star Wars, which was retitled A New Hope.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true.
So, let's start with you again, Jamal. What are your thoughts, your initial thoughts and ideas and crazy things about this film?
I got nothing. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. All right. Well, okay. Episode 5. One thing I like about episode 5 is that it was a little bit more faster pace, and I also noticed it seemed more darker in the sense of the tone, the story, the screen, the storyline was a little bit more darker. That's one of the things I noticed because, I mean, it kind of makes sense because you're dealing with the Empire, and the Empire is, let's face it, it's not, romper room here. So, I mean, of course, it's going to naturally be much darker. So, that'll be my thoughts about it. So.
What are your thoughts there, Matthew?
Everything he said. That's it. No, but it is like it's
That was
called.
That was deep, man. I really like
Yeah.
your thoughts.
Well, sometimes
Jamal's were kind of.
sometimes brevity. Sometimes brevity is. Yeah. So wait, we just doing the race thing here. He said something, and then I just go, yeah, whatever he said. Yeah, he said it better. Well, I just literally just whatever.
You co-opted it.
There it is. But it's called The Empire Strikes Back, and it's literally because the Empire was humiliated over it's Death Star blowing up, and now they're angry and they're gonna take revenge on. I mean, they're gonna be even more angry than they were before. Now it's personal. Before it was just we're just building this empire and we're gonna do what we need to do. Now it's an actual they want to enjoy attacking the rebellion because they feel that they've been embarrassed in front of the whole galaxy because some scrappy little, young guy was able to shoot into its retcon design flaw that we learned 40 years later, why it was so easy to destroy Death Star.
Well, no, they had the plans there. They actually knew.
Oh, okay.
Because that's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rogue One just shows how they got the plans.
Oh, okay. All right.
They already knew that they were going to.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, I'm no Star Wars scholar here.
I am not either.
Well,
why are we talking like this?
I don't know, but I liked the fact that movie started them on an ice planet. Again, cold and bitter. It's it kind of it lends itself to that kind of tone of just like people just holed up, and especially cold. I mean, like just me personally, I hate the cold. I don't like if you wanted to torture me, you'd put me on an ice planet. I would.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
Well, the cold does bother me a lot. Sorry, Frozen, but sorry, Elsa. If you're a fire princess, that would be better. But
sounds hot.
It is. It is. God damn it.
Hot dog. Anyways,
you got me.
So, my thoughts on this movie is I've never seen it.
What? Really?
I'm joking.
Oh.
No.
You know what I would say right now is this was not going online.
So I've seen it millions of times. Maybe not that really. I'm exaggerating a little.
Well,
for effect, because if I saw it millions of times, I'd be dead. Anyways,
it would be multiple generations, really.
Yeah. So, I watched it again today, actually, and I really, really liked it a lot more today than I ever have. Because I see all these nuances in the movie. Like Matt was talking about the coldness of Hoth at the beginning and things like that, which I will tell you this, Irving Kershner is the best person to ever direct a Star Wars film. Because this film is the best directed film ever.
Yeah.
Of this series, not ever of all time, because there's a lot of movies better than this. Anyways,
I agree with that.
Yeah. It is it's such a flawless sequel. It's like the best direct sequel to a movie ever made, in my opinion. Maybe Godfather 2. But we'll see. Or Bigger, Fatter, Liar. But,
Yep. Wait a minute.
You know what? It's y'all show. Okay, I'll just say that. Okay.
And a third, close second to that is, of course, Kindergarten Cop 2.
Yeah.
So,
let us not forget Tooth Fairy 2.
Yep.
With Dan fucking Whitney. Anyways,
the last time I did a podcast with y'all brought this.
Yes, I didn't do it this time. He did, but yes, we.
That's the only thing that would have made Empire better is if Dan fucking Whitney was in it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And by that, you don't mean a man named Dan.
Dan fucking somebody named Whitney.
You mean an actual character, because that would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't like pornography being mixed in with Star Wars, so I would rather that not be in it.
You don't want to get it done, right?
No,
not when it comes to Star Wars.
No, get her done. Anyways,
damn it.
Takes some Prilosec. Anyways, so I really think that there's a lot of nuances in the film. To me, being serious here.
Yeah.
It's the dialogue in this film and the human interaction and the story is deeper. You actually care more about the characters in this film than you did in the first movie. There was a lot of cool one-liners and stuff in the first movie, but this, you get this feeling that Han really cares about Luke. You get, he's become his older brother or friend. It just seems like that. You get this feeling that, you get this whole creepy love triangle between him and Leia and Luke.
They didn't know. They didn't know. Just for the record,
I know.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. And then you got, and then Lando's in there.
Right.
Later, kind of hitting on her too. But you get this feeling like she's able to read that Lando's a sleazy guy. He's still the smoothest guy in the galaxy. But,
true.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
So, anyways, that's my initial thoughts on it. I just think it's the best directed and acted of the three. It's
I want to add something that Matthew said earlier. How like the Empire were like all embarrassed because they got the Death Star got destroyed by the rebels. It seemed like in this episode it was more like the Empire, instead of them going throughout the galaxy trying to take over planets and kill people, they just focused all their attention on the rebellion. Like it was like, okay, you know what? We'll get to the galaxy later. Let's get to them first. Let's get them out the way, then we'll go and terrorize people
there's
later.
not a whole lot of space battle,
Right.
which is fine. I really liked the battle on Hoth. It's just like it feels like a real war movie. It's like probably the most war movie of this trilogy.
Honestly, now this is just my personal thought. When the battle, like when we were fighting on Hoth, it seemed like how the Battle of the Bulge was when they were stuck out there and they were fighting out in the cold. It was like in the middle of December when they were doing that. Yeah.
So next thing is, what's your favorite scene in this film, Jamal?
Okay, and I can tell you right away. My favorite scene is when Han Solo was guiding through the asteroid belt, and he was trying to get away from the TIE fighters, and he was like cruising through the asteroid belt and things like that. Yes, I thought that scene was cool. I love that.
And then he got swallowed by that.
Well, not swallowed.
He flew into it.
He flew into it, but he did not get digested. So it was kind of like having something underneath your tongue, something like that.
Oh, you can still swallow something and not digest it because then you can vomit it up.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of a academic,
I suffer from acid reflux, so I know how this happens.
So, and that's the After-Pilot sect.
And see, I'm telling you, Dan fucking Whitney.
I was about to say that.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say it too, so it's okay.
I was like, do you have a second?
We all have the same thought.
Okay, Zantac. There you go.
Yes.
Zantac 75.
I take that too. Anyways,
be careful though, because apparently.
Oh no, I don't take that anymore.
That could be carcinogens in those.
So. Oh, I changed that. I forgot. I don't take that anymore. They changed me.
Good.
To some other.
Good.
I think it's I don't know what the heck it is. It's like some other one of those fucking.
It's Prilosec.
No, I do take that. I take the omeprazole.
3-wheeler. I'm gonna eat my corn dog with donuts on it. Yeah, eat whatever I want. So.
Okay. I just wanted to say for the record, I'm not in no way trying to veer off subject, but about Dan Whitney. Look, all I'm just gonna say is he's not a bad guy. He has a master's degree, or bachelor's or something like that, I believe.
Doesn't make him not a bad guy just because he has a college degree, though. I
was going to say, I know plenty of people with master's degrees that are evil fuckers.
Do you mean like he's saying he's smart or something? Like
he is really
no,
smart.
He is. He's a character. That's his character.
That's the issue I have with him.
He plays this
is the fact that he is not Larry the Cable Guy.
Right.
He's trying to cater to these people, this blue collar comedy people that do not deserve him.
Okay. But, in fairness, now we all work in show business. We all do. So, hey, it helps pay the bills, I mean,
it does. He's a millionaire. I mean, he's got his money.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, he's the Kid Rock of comedy. Anyways,
I swore, listen, and I even swore to myself, I don't want to talk about Dan Whitney here because last time you seemed a little bit offended, and I was like, let's not talk about Dan Whitney. But then he brings it up, and I'm like, oh well, now I gotta join in.
I'm not offended.
Tooth Fairy 2.
I'm not offended. I just love how it just gets fitted into a sentence.
It's because
that's funny.
You don't understand. When we saw Tooth Fairy 2, it was the god awful. If you even listen to that podcast, you can hear my voice is seething with anger.
Don't worry, folks. We're still talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is I was stuttering, I was sputtering, I was accidentally spitting my words out because of how much I hated Tooth Fairy 2. I mean, it made my blood boil.
Oh Lord, good Lord!
And I'm pretty sure it was Tooth Fairy 2 and not Jingle All the Way 2, which wasn't as bad as Tooth Fairy 2.
And I'm going to assume Dan Whitney
Yeah,
is
he was in
Jingle
that one
all the way,
yes,
too.
he was. And it had some of the same actors from Tooth Fairy 2, and I think some of the same set from Tooth Fairy 2.
They were actually shot in different states.
Oh,
so
okay. Well,
I think
whatever.
one was shot in Canada, one was shot in
Let me believe my
go
bad
ahead.
things
I think
about
one
it.
was shot in Florida.
Fake news. Well, hey.
So Matthew,
Yes.
what was your favorite part of Tooth Fairy 2? I mean,
That was I'm not sure that was on purpose.
of Empire Strikes Back.
One of my favorite part is when Luke and Darth Vader are having their fight, and then right as Luke's about to get his hand cut off, Darth Vader takes off his vest and goes, "Get her!" Damn it! I ruined that one. And
Did he have a banjo?
reaches
like-
out, reaches
he's
out
like-
a primal sack and
He's
goes,
like, no, I am. Get her down.
no, but I don't know. There's a lot of scenes. I mean, it was, for example, Cloud City. I mean, that's not a scene, but whatever. Just the entire aspect of being on Cloud City. I thought that the entire concept of just having like a fake or not like a manufactured city, just kind of like a city in space, which did not exist on the planet. It was just its own made up city. It had thousands of people living there in a community essentially, and then that scene where Lando kind of betrays them, and then Darth Vader shows up at dinner. It's like the worst dinner guest ever. Like, oh, Lando invited us to dinner. Isn't this great guy? Cloud City, he's a billionaire, and he's got like the finest champagnes and liquors and food, and we haven't probably eaten nothing but slugs for the past 2 movies for the past 3 years. We live on a fucking ice planet eating fucking shards of ice and crystals and shit, and then all of a sudden they go to this nice city and they got nice buffet and a nice thing of apples and fruit tray or fruit basket, whatever you call it, and
Accoutrement.
finally we're gonna eat, and then suddenly you open the doors and there's Vader just sitting at the fucking end of the table like he owns the goddamn place. Pretty sure it's Cloud City, which is owned by Lando. He owns the entire city. He built it. Pretty sure he gets to sit at the head of the table, not some dark suited asshole.
So,
Sorry.
what are your thoughts about the movie?
So basically, what you're saying is Darth Vader is probably Donald Trump's favorite character.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Well,
Anyways,
can I just piggyback on that really quick?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No, this is true. This is the new thing that I've noticed now with people who are actively siding with the bad guys in the movies. No, listen, knowing that they're bad guys. Okay, because there's one thing siding with the bad guys and you think they're the good guys. Now people knowingly know these are the bad guys in the movie, and they're like, yeah, we're the bad guys. Like, I'm okay with that.
Well, I mean, there's the whole idea of the anti-hero, and there's also the whole idea of the whole movie being told from the perspective of the normal antagonist, like such as like a Joker or something like that. Which I can understand siding with that person in certain ways, but that's for another day.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more of like where
where it's cut and dry that this
Right.
is good and this is evil,
Like-
and your antagonist your antagonist of the film is obviously your antagonist.
Right. Like, can I show you the example? Remember that picture
Yeah.
I showed you with the American flag? It was like the Blue Lives Matter bullshit thing, right? Okay. And then they got Darth Vader and his Sith lightsaber going through the flag, and it's like Darth Vader's the bad guy in the story. It's clear that there's no ambiguity that he's the bad. So you're saying that you identify with the known villain of the story, but
I mean,
you're
if
using
this
that
was
for-
done as a parody,
I don't think it was. That's the thing.
which I would totally understand it, because that would be like somebody trying to criticize police force.
it was not-
Which, I mean, I'm whatever. I'm not going to give my personal feelings.
Right.
On that,
No,
but,
it was not
yeah.
criticizing cops. It was not criticizing like American military. This was a pro thing. Like, it was like they were like saying like, yes, we're Darth Vader and we love our country. Like Darth Vader loves his. What?
Well, these are the same confused people that these are the same confused people that put the Punisher logo on cop things and not understanding that Frank Castle was a vigilante,
Right.
who was trying to kill corrupt cops. Anyways,
Right.
But
Right. That was the thing.
They
right?
don't understand this
Yeah.
stuff. They don't. They're They see something that looks cool and dark, and they're like, oh, edgy. Ah, that's literally it. And it begins and ends. Okay, that was a weird aside. We do this in a lot of our shows. If you listen, we go into like 50 million topics. Dan Whitney.
So I'm gonna buy. I think I'm designing a shirt for our podcast. Just to let you know, look for it on our TeePublic page. It's gonna be a Dan fucking Whitney shirt. Just look for it. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but it'll be there.
It's not gonna be pornographic though, is it? It's not gonna.
No.
Good.
It's just gonna. I'm gonna do something with Larry the Cable Guy. I just got to think it over. We're gonna figure it out.
Is it legal to do that though?
I'm not gonna use his face necessarily.
Okay. All right.
So
but we'll figure it out.
When are you gonna get it done?
We don't know yet.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna get her done. When I get her done. Anyways, so.
Oh God!
So write that down on your calendar.
I think you just save up all the Dan Whitney stuff now for when Jamal's here.
Obviously.
Every time he comes here, you're just gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, Dan Whitney."
Jamal's coming. Hey, let's talk about Dan Whitney again.
So,
you are our most frequented guest.
You've been on the show more than anybody else.
Okay. All right.
Now, because this is your third time.
Right.
And
about Dan Whitney.
Yeah.
Right. Third time here, second time about Dan Whitney.
Right.
So my favorite part of Empire Strikes Back is the introduction of Master Yoda. Okay. I like that. Speaking of piggybacking. Anyways,
yep.
Because
yeah.
He piggybacks on Luke. Mm-hmm. Anyways, but I just like the whole like misdirection of him not being Yoda and stuff. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, obviously you know it's Yoda when you even probably back in 83 people or 80 and not 83, I mean 80 when it came out, people probably knew that he was Yoda because I'm sure it was. But Frank Oz's performance is just brilliant in that, and the puppeteering, I mean, of that puppet in all of those scenes in this movie and in Jedi. Oh my God.
Pretty elderly.
He looks real. He looks so much more real than the CGI one in the prequels. Right. But we're not going to get into that now. We'll talk about that when we talk about the prequels. So that's probably it. I just like the whole Yoda scenes, all the Yoda scenes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I had a question. Did I just fuck up the timeline? Was Cloud City introduced in New Hope? And I just totally fucked
No.
Okay, good.
No, because Lando doesn't come in until this movie.
Okay, all right.
Because they did not have any black people in the first movie.
Yeah, because they didn't exist in the whole galaxy.
They were on Alderaan, and then Alderaan got destroyed. So
they all lived in one planet.
Just
Yeah.
Well, I thought the people on Alderaan were like kind of Latino because Jimmy Smits plays Leia's adopted father.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, he could have just been one person though there too.
I'm just joking. He's the only Alderaanian I know, if that's what you call him, Alderaanian.
Alderaanian I think is what they call it. I don't know. It just sounds like.
I think you guys looking at all the wrong places. Right
yeah. Oh, that was good.
So, anyways,
that's a good shirt idea. Alderaan places.
Alderaan.
I like that.
Looking for love.
and then you're looking for like an Alderaan places, then the planet's exploding on the picture.
Yes.
Whoa.
Let's do this.
That's
okay.
Like an anti-Valentine's Day t-shirt kind of.
Yes.
I hate love because I'm single. No.
Looking for love in Alderaan places.
I'll buy two of those.
I'm in the punch drunk mood right now. You noticed when we were watching the movie, I was chatty Cathy. Then I got kind of quiet. Now I'm in the second wind, so I'm back to.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're cool.
Why don't we take a break now, guys?
Sure.
And then we'll come back and we'll talk about. You know what we'll do when we come back?
What's that?
We'll return.
Ooh.
To talk about Return of the Jedi. That wasn't whatever. We'll be right back, guys.
Hey, folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All Too Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics, and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So it
was a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah, so we We analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently, folks. You can guess which one I said which way.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so sometimes we have a guest, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye.
And we have returned to the Jedi. Oh, wait, no.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we returned back to the show. What we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're talking about Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking confused. This is all too real, too.
Yeah. Right. So
Return of the Jedi is the movie we're talking
Yeah.
More
about.
like Return of the
Oh, excuse me.
All
Yeah.
Too Real.
Yeah, well,
It's not Return of the Mac.
no. Good song, though.
That's a good song.
It's a good song. They played that in Legends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it always makes me think of my friend Charlie Mack. But anyways. So. Just a little aside.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's talk about Return of the Jedi, guys.
Sure.
What is your, I think I'm losing my voice here. What is your favorite, not favorite, no, what is your initial thoughts of the movie there, Jamal Wallace Jedi Knight?
Well, okay. So, Return to Jedi for me, it seemed like the tone was a lot more like went down a couple notches. It kind of had that feeling that things were kind of like coming to an end per se. Like you could just see that Vader had already reached his prime. It showed that he was kind of like winding down, kind of like after you get past your midlife crisis, you kind of start, winding down in age and stuff like that. Like, that's what it's kind of seemed like. That's it. It had more of a story. It had action in it, and so it kind of like, I would say Return of the Jedi was more dialogue in it, and it had the dialogue was in it, and more of a somber tone to it. So yeah.
Your initial thoughts there, Matthew?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going through my midlife crisis, and I just bought a Ferrari and a bunch of credit cards, and I'm, having the time of my life. So,
You're gonna tattoo in a couple weeks, so I guess technically it's the same.
I mean, I got a Maserati.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I've been spending all the rest of my money on coke and hookers.
Well, okay. And by Coke, you mean like Coca-Cola?
Yeah, and
But
by,
you like Pepsi more than...
Yeah, and by hookers, I mean like these things that you can hang up like pictures with. I call them hookers.
Oh,
Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
okay.
And by Maserati, I mean I don't have a car.
So basically, you
Where's
just,
a Mazda?
And by Coke, I do mean Pepsi.
so just basically
So,
basically just buying soda and things to hook your pictures up to. Okay, got it. That's
Yes.
fine. That's not too bad.
Yeah. What were y'all thinking, man? You were so nice.
I know. Okay. My initial thoughts of Return of the Jedi is, it's pretty much like, agree with Jamal. It's like, it is kind of lighter in tone from the kind of darkness of Empire. Kind of does remind me of A New Hope a little bit because there's more jokes. There's kind of like a jokiness to it. The Empire has been kind of embarrassed twice. I mean, they did kind of ascend a little bit at the end of Empire, but they still are losing to a bunch of just rebels that don't really have any military training for the most part. Like official military, like they're just being trained by militias essentially. They're not, going to like the academy. What's that?
it's guerrilla
It
warfare.
is guerrilla warfare. That's another good T-shirt.
Actually, it's
guerrilla warfare is the guerrilla fighting.
It's actually
Yes.
Ewok warfare.
Ewok.
It's
Yeah, the Ewok warfare. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Ewoks, they're supposed to be kind of like quote unquote the primitives of whatever, and they're giving it to the stormtroopers who have gone through training for decades, even probably, and they're sitting there just shooting arrows and throwing rocks at them, and they can't do anything about it. They're like and getting caught up in nets.
Well, it's very
and shit
metaphoric.
like that. Well, it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which again is interesting because back in the day, I know I always got to bring politics and everything, but like back in the day when the bad guys identified with the bad guys but thought they were the good guys, now they just identify with the bad guys. But back then they're like, yeah, these natives, they're beating the stormtroopers, woo! And then in this next breath they're like, yeah, we gotta go attack this country. Wait, aren't you the Empire? Okay, but whatever.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when Lucas created the series, he never, shortly after the Vietnam War, he never denied the fact, and he actually even said it. The Empire, most people, a lot of the allegories and stuff are for the Nazis and stuff like that, but it's the American government and the American military. That is what the Empire is.
Stood for, yeah.
Yeah.
In his
mind.
Yeah.
And so it makes complete sense that you would have like a native people, like the poor Vietnamese people,
right,
or something, trying to overcome.
Of course, kind of racist though. Then to say that they're like Ewoks.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, I'm not saying you're saying that, but for even him to do that.
I know. But I don't even think that's what he intended.
Are you saying because they were short?
Huh?
Is that the racism part because they were short?
No, it's just because like they're like weird furry creatures.
Is it because they're furry?
I know. I took you seriously for no reason there. Like it's like. Sometimes I do that. I'm just like answer questions like, oh yeah, academically. Oh wait, yeah, that was a joke.
It's all right.
Sometimes the literalism comes, seeps in here, but I got many personalities. It's not good. I don't mean it like that. No, I don't mean I have many personalities. I don't mean it like I've got.
It's better than not having a personality at all.
It's true. I don't have a multiple personality disorder. Is what I'm saying. I got multiple. Here you go. I got multiple facets of a personality. How about that? To my personality.
Yes.
So.
And I have multiple faucets in my apartment.
You do actually. You've got 2 at least.
Yes.
Well, 3 if you count the tub.
Oh yeah, so I have 3 faucets.
3 faucets, yeah. And I guess you could use your toilet as a faucet in a sense.
So
I would recommend it, but
I got very faceted faucets. Faceted faucets.
Faceted. Oh my god. What? Faceted faucets. Where was I even going with this?
I don't know.
I was supposed to give you my initial thoughts about the movie, and now
yes.
I went into a weird political rant. Okay, that's the thing. I think I turn away people from listening to our show because I got to bring politics into every fucking goddamn episode. I try not to.
Here's the thing.
It's not a political show, but every single episode I got to.
We're talking about something called Star Wars.
Well, if you think about it,
that is a political struggle.
It technically is right, just in a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
Yes.
So,
which was written to be an allegory for stuff that was going on. So it's perfectly fine to talk about that. If we were in the middle of talking about, like, I don't know, Dennis the Menace Strikes Back.
Oh, that's a huge political metaphor for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I might have a problem.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I don't know either. I'm just saying.
But anyways, again, I just mean, because, we don't know who listens to our show. We might have conservatives here, and I don't make no qualms that I oppose the ideology. I don't even hide that. So again, it's like, they might not want to be hearing me constantly every single fucking episode,
but
essentially bashing their beliefs.
Well, I mean, they have a choice. It's
either
your politics or Dan fucking Whitney.
Yes. Good comeback. I like that. The rule 3. Boom.
And they can't say neither.
You only have those 2 choices?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Yeah. Well,
I've been listening to the wrong podcasts.
Right. So it's a good movie. That's my initial. It's a good movie. That's it.
Okay. My initial thoughts are. So there's this little guy named Mikey.
Wait, what?
This is my story.
Oh, okay.
This little guy named Mikey back in 1983. He had a next door neighbor who had all of the Star Wars figures. She was like a year older than me. She was so cute. Her and her family invited me to go see Return of the Jedi with them.
Oh, nice.
On opening day.
Nice.
And so Mikey went. And this is my favorite Star Wars movie because of that.
Nice.
Because of your experience.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But Empire's a better movie. Anyways, so
I think everybody would agree with you on that, honestly. So yeah.
But so my thing is, I love this movie. I love the Ewoks. I love everything everybody hates about this movie.
Same thing for The Last Jedi.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Well, I do like the things they stole from Return of the Jedi and put in like. No, Last Jedi I do love. I thought you were talking about Rise of Skywalker. No. Sorry, I'm mixing movies up. So, but anyways, I love this movie. I love everything about it. I don't like a lot of the changes they made to it. I miss the Ewok song at the end of the movie that they decided to get rid of and replace with another song. I miss the original singing in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Why did they take that away from me, Jamal?
Honestly, I think that was a little over the top, honestly.
But
Especially when the guy who was singing, and then when he gets in front of the camera, he opens his mouth so wide you can like see his little uvula in the back of his mouth.
He looks at the fucking camera.
He broke the fourth wall.
Yes.
You're not supposed to do that unless you're
in a galaxy far, far away. He broke the fourth wall.
You only break the fourth wall if you acknowledge that you're breaking the fourth wall, and then it becomes
or the director instructs you to break that wall.
Well, yeah.
And you only do it like that if you're Zach Morris. So,
the last time I checked, Zach Morris is not Zach Vader.
Saved by the Galaxy.
Yes. So, anyways, I really like the movie. I think it is one of, the performances are great because everybody's so in their roles and they know, you can tell that they're having fun in the movie. That's what I like about it a lot. It is a lot more fun than Empire. And I do like the last showdown with Luke and the Emperor and all that stuff.
Okay,
that's cool. Okay, so my next question: favorite part of the film?
Okay,
Jamal Wallace Jedi Knight.
Man, I got like a little audience back here. No, I'm just but actually, okay, this sounds see, I like movies with like really good dialogue to it. So my favorite part was actually the scene when Luke and Leia were talking. It was just after the Ewoks had them over and they were having like a little party or something, and then Luke and Leia were there talking on the bridge because in that scene they actually finally realized who is who. Like they know now that they are brother and sister. It's like they finally put it all together, and then Luke had to say, okay, this is where I have to go now. I have to go confront Vader. I have to do this, to seal his destiny as well as Darth Vader's. So that I like that part.
What is your favorite part? Matthew.
I love
Haas.
That was a weird accent.
When you go.
Well, let's see. That scene where the guy breaks the fourth wall. It's the best scene in the entire series, as far as I'm concerned. Out of 9 movies.
Hey Jamal, do you want to be my new co-host?
Come on!
I can't believe he was like
those graphics are so awesome. Where you can obviously tell that it's a new graphic being superimposed onto old graphics, so you can obviously tell that it's not the original thing. It's awesome.
The editor spent 12 hours on Final Cut. Okay,
yeah.
Hey, Jamal.
It's like putting a cartoon character on top of an actual movie, and it just sits there. It's awesome.
Hey Jamal, so not only do I want you to be my new co-host, I need a new best friend.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm joking. No, what's your real favorite scene?
Shoot, I don't know. There's so many.
To be fair, we'll say you have 2 parts.
I got 2 parts. I guess I like the end with Vader saves Luke. Of course, that's an easy one. But I guess just the lightsaber fight is good. Like I was saying when we were watching it, it's a lot. It's to borrow a phrase from Pierce Hawthorne's character in Community. The lightsaber duel was streets ahead than it was of A New Hope. Like they were using their legs, they were actually doing like foot movements. It actually looked like a sword fight as opposed to A New Hope where it's 2 old guys going, "I'm." Hitting sticks against each other but without walking.
Yeah. Well, they had better sabers too.
That's what I'm saying. So that looked cooler. But again, it's like this is not one of my favorite movies of the series, so it's kind of hard to find like the best,
Yeah.
whatever. Because I do like Empire a lot. I like A New Hope. Because again, see, it's like a whole experience thing, right? Well, like A New Hope was my thing because I went to go see A New Hope in the theaters when they did the reissue, and I saw it with my friend Aaron. I think a couple of other kids, like when you're in junior high. So like that became like now that memory is like solidified as going to see A New Hope, and we got to like actually go, like we didn't have to have our parents like chaperoning, like we actually got to go alone in the theater, like we're kids but we're alone, type of
that's the coolest thing.
It was like, oh my god, like and of course nowadays it's probably too dangerous to even fucking do that because of
I used to sneak in movie theaters
Oh,
when I was
really?
in junior high.
Awesome. I did that once actually. You know what it was too? Worst fucking movie ever to do it to too. One time I broke the law to sneak in the movie. It was Batman and fucking Robin. I mean, not like he's fucking Robin, but like it's Batman and Robin, the movie with George Clooney. Yeah. We might review that one sometime.
Yes,
too.
we probably will.
You just paused there for a second, like.
So, my favorite. Are you done, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, yeah, just making sure.
Yeah, I'm done.
My favorite part of the film is when they're near the Sarlacc pit, and the lightsaber pops out of R2-D2 and
that
Luke
long
gets
delay.
and it goes into Luke's hand, and then he starts to go crazy, and then they free themselves, and then it goes on, and then Leia kills Jabba. I like that whole scene.
That's pretty cool.
Boba Fett falls into the Sarlacc pit and all that stuff and everything, and they're all saving each other, and that's just exciting. Gets me all happy.
And this too, because it's the camaraderie. They're all saving each other. They're like team. They're like a trio almost. They're like Leia literally fucking chokes the life out of Jabba just by pulling on that chain.
And you have Han and Lando saving each other. That's really cool.
Right. They're buddies from before. And,
which we find out in Solo.
Right.
When, speaking of Streets Ahead, Donald Glover from Community plays a young Lando.
Yeah.
Childish Gambino.
Yes. Childish Gambino.
He's a great actor, writer,
He's really
musician.
talented.
I mean, it's like
He's a good-looking dude.
he is a good-looking dude. I mean, he's got a lot of.
He's another fucking Terry Crews.
He's like a rare gem among
He's another
mankind.
Terry Crews or Justin Timberlake, somebody that pisses me off because they have so much fucking talent.
Whoa, wait a minute. You have talent. Hold on.
No, I do, but it makes me mad when I see somebody that should not have that much fucking talent in one person. But I love I love all those guys.
Hey, but also too, if you do,
Then there's Dan Whitney.
Oh, of
who
course.
has
Well,
all
I
of
mean,
the talent in the fucking world.
I mean, he's got it all combined. It's kind of like in a movie where some of the people die and then all their abilities just go into the one person's body.
That's that force. That's the force. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the Force, definitely.
Oh yeah, he's got the force of shit.
Force got her done
With stupid Prilosec bullshit and I'm sorry. See, I sputtered.
You
when
have
I
a
talk
purple
about him.
lightsaber
Why would he
Mace
get-
Windu
why?
because purple is the color of Prilosec.
Is it? Don't you dare fucking ruin Mace Windu for me.
Well, he's ruined my childhood now.
God damn it.
My childhood is now ruined.
Oh man.
boy.
Let's see, that's a whole character I'd love to talk about. How the Mace Windu, how he came about. Right? So like, when George Lucas was first writing like the very first drafts of Star Wars, he didn't even have it. It wasn't even called Star Wars. It was like, it had like this really weird long name. And one of the first characters that he actually had as like the idea of like the main, like kind of like the Luke Skywalker, his name was Mace Windy. And then later on for the prequels, he's got a character named Mace Windu, who is not the main character, but like
And one of the kids in the Ewok Adventures,
right?
First name is Mace.
Oh, okay. Well, so he's had this name for a while, the Mace Windy or Mace Windu. Yeah.
I have a question. Is it true? I heard a rumor that apparently when he was writing Star Wars, like Episode 4, that Mace Windu was supposed to be basically like Obi-Wan. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's what I heard.
No, I the Mace Windu was going to be like the Skywalker.
He was going to be
character.
kind of like Luke, kind of.
And then eventually he became Luke Starkiller. And then
right, Star Killer, yeah.
Which they ended up using in Force Awakens as the name of the base.
Right. Okay.
near the base.
Starkiller base.
Didn't they also do Anakin Starkiller at one point too? Or is that, or not?
Well, it might have been, yeah, because, I mean, the whole thing, they're probably going to try to, you know, the whole family was supposed to be Starkiller.
But anyway, it was interesting that like, we could have lived like an alternate timeline, like with the whole infinite universe thing. We could have had a movie called like the Book of Glyph or whatever it was called, starring Mace Windu as the main character instead of Star Wars. I don't think it would have sold as many tickets with that name.
Yeah.
It was a weird name. It was like the Book of Myrrh or something like that. Like nothing that you would really like think is great.
So, final question here. Favorite movie of the trilogy? Go, Jamal.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Woo!
Favorite movie of the trilogy? Go, Matt.
The Star Wars Holiday Special. Life Day, my favorite holiday. I actually celebrate Life Day now instead of Christmas. I just go, and I'm not doing Christmas this year. I'm doing Life Day. Chewbacca is going to be at the manger. If you remove him, I'm going to remove.
Is Lumpy going to be there?
I'm going to remove your head from your body if you remove.
Is this
Chewbacca.
Is this like Festivus? Is that what...
No, it's Life Day. That's the holiday of the Wookiees. No, what were you going to ask?
What is your favorite movie of the trilogy?
No, before that. I mean, you were going to say something.
Well, I just said, is Lumpy going to be there too?
Who's Lumpy? I don't know who Lumpy
You've obviously not seen the holiday special.
I have seen. No, I haven't. I've seen.
Lumpy is one of Chewbacca's relatives.
I've seen 10 minutes of it, and I've seen a review of it. Because I can't get past that fucking music video bullshit. I don't understand how the stormtroopers they're trying to kidnap Chewbacca or arrest him or whatever, and then the little kid's like, oh, check out this music video thing with this little hologram bullshit, and then the stormtroopers are just like, oh, watch it. Like, who does that? Like I imagine that this hologram is kind of like the equivalent of a TV, so it's nothing that's like special that you haven't seen before. So it's like the equivalent of like the cops are coming to arrest me, and then my non-existent son that doesn't really exist in real life, and just for the argument's sake, he's like, oh, check out MTV, and then the cops are just watching the MTV fucking music video as everyone else is escaping the goddamn house. What kind of idiots are these guys? Anyways, so
they're programmed stormtroopers.
What was the question again? Sorry, Jamal.
These are programmed stormtroopers. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, they're real people. I don't know. Whatever.
What is your favorite movie in the trilogy?
Oh, the trilogy.
I think I'm kind of scared to ask now.
It's shit. What was it?
That's not one of the movies.
No, it's not shit. God damn it.
Okay, you got 1 through 9.
No, he's got to.
I'm trying to think of this. I'm trying to think.
Trilogy.
Oh, this trilogy. I thought you meant the whole.
No, because we're going to still talk about the other movies in the saga.
Are you sure you want to do that? Because I've already rambled through this one. Okay.
Oh, no, that's fine. We'll be good.
Okay, of this trilogy, because I was going to say Rise of Skywalker, obviously. It's the best movie of all time, ever. There's no flaws in it whatsoever. Everything about it's
The views of Matthew Haas do not necessarily reflect the views of All Too Real 2.
Nor do they reveal the views of Matthew Haas. But, but the favorite of this trilogy, 4 through 6, I'm still going with Life Day. I mean, Holiday Special. It counts. It counts because it counts because Holiday Special takes place in between A New Hope and Empire. So technically, it's part of the trilogy. I'm sticking with Holiday Special, which I have not seen. But okay,
I think he's doubling down.
I'm doubling down on this. If I will actually commit right now to all of our listeners, if you pledge $100 each, mind you, 10 people pledge $100 to our, so total $1,000, or it's just $1,000 equivalent thereof, $1,000 to our Patreon account. I will film myself, so there's proof of delivery. I will film myself watching the Holiday Special for 16 hours straight. I will not take a break, except for like maybe a bathroom thing, but like, and I'll eat while watching it, so I'll eat all my
Will you live stream yourself watching
I'll record or live stream.
Okay.
Either or. So if we just do $500. All right, we'll go with the 500.
500, he'll do it for 8 hours. 1,000, he'll do it for 16.
No, I'll still do it for 16
okay.
hours. I'll still do it for 16 hours for $500. And an equivalent doesn't have to be, $100 each person. Just the equivalent thereof. $500.
I'm going to watch this live.
American dollars, mind you. We're not doing like,
They'll convert
different,
it,
Russian currency or any kind of Trump stuff like that. We're doing, so I will live stream and or record myself watching the holiday special for 16 hours straight. And I will take a break for like a bathroom, that kind of thing, obviously, because I'm not gonna,
I think they know that.
call my, I'm not gonna hurt my body by keeping, fluids and stuff, and that's not.
We are not strapping him to the chair
No.
with his eyes open, Clockwork Orange style here. But
And for an extra $200, making it $700, I will not only watch the holiday special, I will go on a record going to every single fan Comic-Con. I will double down and go to Comic-Con and say holiday special is my favorite. And I will not back down. I will not
You do
break,
realize
I will,
how much it costs to go to Comic-Con.
maybe next year, not this year. But
there might be diminishing returns here. I'm just letting you know.
Next year, but the ticket will be paid for by someone else. I won't pay for my own ticket. So someone's got to pay for my ticket. But I will go to Comic-Con or any other kind of fandom place, event, whatever, and I will commit to this. I will not break character. I don't care how much hate I get from like alt-right nerd bros or whatever. I'm committing to this.
I'm pretty sure that we're not going to hate you watching the Star Wars Christmas special.
What's that?
I don't think
holiday special.
I don't think they're going to hate you watching the Star Wars holiday special. Like, if they do, they probably have issues. But
Well, most Star Wars fans have issues. No, it's
Well, there are a lot of publications, so they probably do have issues of Star Wars.
well, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but so $700, I will. $500, I will watch it 16 hours straight. $700 if the ticket's provided, for free of cost. I will go to like Comic-Con or any kind of event, and I will double down. I will not break character. Will
you wear a T-shirt that says that says "I celebrate Life Day"?
I will unironically wear a T-shirt that says "I celebrate Life Day," and I will not make jokes about it. I will not smirk. I will not grin. I will be 100% committed to believing. I'll actually believe. See, like how old spies, they used to like actually train them to believe their actual stories. So much so that even if they got drugged or had to drink like at a bar to like keep their cover, that they would never ever deviate from their story, no matter how inebriated or how drugged up they were. I will commit at the level of like a spy. We got a nice little pen thing there. What are you doing there? Smoking a pen? Is that what's going on here? Vaping? Pen vaping? Vaping's bad for you. You know that, right? It's terrible.
So I guess we could just leave it at the part that your favorite is the holiday special.
Well, only if I get a $500. If we get $500, I'm not gonna say it right now. But like, if we get $500, I'll start saying it. I'm not gonna give a freebie right now. No. I'd say Empire Strikes Back is the favorite.
Oh, okay. All right. We
Return of the Jedi.
Well, yeah, you already said that,
Yeah,
'cause that was your favorite experience.
That's it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
It's my favorite Star Wars movie. Period. So.
Didn't I already say New Hope was my favorite? Whatever. Who cares?
But I will tell you that Empire is really good too.
Mm.
But Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, everyone, get on board here. I will live stream.
I'm fine with you giving us money in any way whatsoever, people. You can check out our Patreon. There's a link in the show notes. You can also, buy T-shirts at our TeePublic. There'll be links in the show notes. You can check out our friend Jamal Wallace Knight at Gaming After Dark. There'll be links in the show notes, maybe, if he provides them. And
Mixer.com/Gaming After Dark. Live stream every Saturday between 10 and 10:30 Eastern Time.
That is Eastern Standard Time. That is the time on the East Coast of the United States.
PM.
PM. That is PM, not AM.
Right.
And I love Return of the Jedi.
And I love,
I love Lamp.
Okay, it's an interesting little reference there.
Yes.
Burgundy, Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, so
I'm like,
So my
Are you just pointing at things and just saying that you loved them?
any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Who are you talking about?
Any of you?
You have any? You have any, Jamal?
I guess final thoughts is I just like the originals 4, 5, and 6. So yeah,
That's awesome. My final thoughts is I just love Star Wars in general. It's always been a part of my life. General Leia, yeah. I still call her General / Princess Leia. I can't give up the princess part.
No.
I know that some people,
They give people general titles in the Star Wars movies really easily.
right?
I'm just saying that.
I know people were trying to do general to make it like to kind of get away, like, oh, she's a princess. I'm like, for one thing, I don't see her being the princess as being like negative or
No, she's a Disney princess.
somehow
man.
takes away from her, like, like her badassery, if that's even a word or whatever. Like, she could still be a princess and kick ass and be a good general. Anyway, so, but yeah, I love the books. I've been reading some of the books, like the Dawn of the Jedi, the Lost Tribes of the Sith. I've got a book called Shadows of Empire for 24 years. I still have not read yet. I plan on reading that soon. I like the comic books for Darth Vader.
I'd read those, but I don't know how to read.
You don't know how to read? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. I like the
forgot
Clone
for a
Wars. I like the Clone Wars TV series. The Rebels TV series.
Rebels is better. But
Yeah, I like Clone Wars better personally, but I like them both. But yeah, I really love Star Wars as just a cultural event, I guess is the word. It's been around for 43 years. It doesn't look like it's what was with you and the fake smoking. Do not start smoking, Mike.
No, I'm not. I'm just pretending.
No, I know, but don't even pretend, because then you'll want to do it for real, and then it'll be a bad habit. That's how it gets started.
That's how it works.
It's how it gets started.
Oh, okay.
When you mimic things, you start to That's how it all works. That's why all actors who play like serial killers end up becoming serial killers.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is like they're eating cereal.
Or you could be like the guy that's the president of the Ukraine.
Yeah.
He was an actor who played president of the Ukraine.
Oh, really?
And now he's the current president of
That
Ukraine.
is like meta. Like that is
art imitates life.
Anyway, Star Wars is a cool thing. 43 years does not look like it's slowing down at all. I really think for like the next 50 to like 60 years, this is still going to be a thing. We're going to have literally generations of people talking about this as though people talk about Shakespeare. I'm not even saying that as a joke. Like, I truly believe that. Like, right. So that's,
And my final thoughts here are, I love Return of the Jedi. And be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All the info's in the show notes. Share with your friends. Give us money. Wait, that sounded really desperate.
Yeah. It'd be nice if you
Give
did.
us money, and Matt will do crazy things.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
We'll come up with some more crazy things for him to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna degrade myself. Well, no, not like that. That sounded bad. But no, I'm not. Never mind.
But you could also, give us money and pick out what movies we do audio commentaries to and other things of that nature. Just check out our Patreon. It's fun, folks. Make sure you check out Jamal. I'd like to thank Jamal for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
And that is all. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.